Previous video, I talked a lot about why Yzma would make a great manager or a great boss, and there were many comments like these that told me that you can't really be a good leader if you don't have empathy for the peasants. And let's really dive deep into why that's not true. One of the qualifying characteristics of a successful government or company is that you have a hierarchy with delegated responsibilities. And if you as a leader assign someone to perform a task and then you go and do that task for them, then you're not being really efficient, nor are you respecting their expertise in that area. Within the hierarchy of an empire like the Inca, which is what the storyline is based on, you would have people responsible for making sure that villagers who are experiencing poverty or don't have enough food could go. So what that villager did was they completely circumvented that hierarchy and they went directly to the emperor's advisor, right? Yzma.
It is no concern of mine whether your family has... What was it again?
Food?
Why is that my problem? As we know, she's been doing this for a very long time.
But, Your Highness, I have been nothing if not loyal to the Empire for many, many years.
She knows that she can't overstep the hierarchies that exist within that government, otherwise it would be total chaos, total anarchy. At the funeral itself, we see the kind of disengagement that the staff and administration of the palace felt towards Kuzco when Yzma says, okay, chop chop, like business as usual, let's go, and no one complains. In fact, later on in the movie, Kronk says, as they're trying to look for Kuzco, that
no one really seems to care that he's gone, do they?
All completely representative of the fact that Kuzco was not someone who really particularly enjoyed all of the requirements of Emperor. He wanted to have the fun parts of Emperor, but he didn't really want to do the boring stuff. Even if we did try to say that Yzma had an inherent feeling of dominance against peasants and that kind of fueled the prejudice that she had against that particular individual, we don't see that same level exuded when she talks to Chicha and she drinks tea with her and she completely understands that they're all part of this feudal system. She's not going to disregard someone just because of who they are in that society. Which is actually the entire relationship with Kronk. Like, she takes someone who's a nobody and then she empowers them to be successful. On the other hand, Kuzco regularly exhibits haughty behavior towards everyone, and he doesn't just limit that to peasants. In his mind, he's the emperor and he can get away with everything. He kicks out the old man.
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the emperor's groove.
He's super mean to the squirrel for no reason.
Why, I don't know what to say. Hit the road, Bucky!
He says Pacha is incapable of kidnapping him because he's a peasant.
I know you. You're that whiny peasant. You're right. That's giving you way too much credit.
At the end of the day, he leaves Pacha to die because he doesn't have a value for human life.
You're gonna leave me here?
Well, I was gonna have you in prison for life, but I kinda like this better.
And all of this to say that Kuzco isn't dumb. He was raised by amazing academic leaders of the time, by an advisor who's been in his life for God knows how long.
How could he do this to me? Why, I practically raised him.
Yeah, you think he would have turned out better.
If you listen to a song that wasn't in the original movie, it says that Yzma's dad was the mortician for the royal family. So she's been in the palace, she's been part of the system for a very long time. That's not canon, but it just goes to talk about the kind of hierarchies and the kind of relationships that existed in this particular feudal society, in this particular context. And Kuzco took some of these lessons. When he wanted to build his water house castle thing, he called the person living there and asked where the best sun was.
Tell me, where do you find you get the most sun?
Oh, I'd say just on the other side of those trees.
That's really resourceful. He also had a lot of contextual awareness when they were about to go over the waterfall, and all Pacha said was, uh-oh.
Don't tell me. We're about to go over a huge waterfall.
Yep,
Sharp rocks at the bottom?
most likely.
Him and Yzma are so close that they're practically indistinguishable to Kronk when they're at the restaurant ordering.
Spuds, yes. Cheese, no.
Hold the cheese.
No, I want the cheese.
Cheese it is.
Cheese, me no likey.
Cheese up.
Cheese in.
Oh, come on, make up your mind.
Okay. On second thought, make my potatoes a salad.
At the end of the day, the problem is that Kuzco doesn't want to be a leader, but because he's in that position, he thinks that he can have those desires.
Their whole world revolves around me.
Regardless of your God-given right, if there are people around you who are doing a job that you don't want to do, nor are you going to do well, I don't know. Clear the room. Clear the room.